Well, actually, let's first look at significant digits and some of the rules that are going to apply when we talk about significant digits. A number is significant. I'm hoping that you can see this. A number is significant if it's a non-zero number, whether you have a decimal point or you don't have a decimal point. If you can't read this, what this says is all non-zero numbers are significant. All non-zero numbers are significant, whether you have a decimal point or you don't have a decimal point. So what that means is a number 2 or 4, or 42. Every non-zero number is considered significant. So what that means is this. What that means is if you have any number at all and it's not zero, it will always be significant. So that said, I'd like to look at the problems that I put up here before. Here we go. So if you have a number 62, and then let's say we divide that number 41. Now, the second week of our program, what we did is we divided those numbers by hand. So this unit that I'm working with now is not about division by hand. All of these calculations, I'm going to use a calculator. We've already gone through a unit where we showed you how to do that by hand. What we're going to do now is show you how to write your final answer, how to write the quotient, the final answer of a division problem, which is called a quotient. How many decimal places should you write the answer? As a student, you don't have to ask your teacher, how many decimal places do you want me to round this to? Or you don't have to ask a question to your teacher, is 2.5 a correct answer, or is 2.50 a correct answer? You don't have to ask your teacher that anymore, because what we're going to talk about is something called significant digits. And if you understand significant digits, those two questions that I asked earlier will not have to be asked anymore. All right, so again, any number that is non-zero, whether it be with a decimal or without a decimal, we're telling you that those digits are significant. Let's take a look at a couple of problems. All right, so 62, that's 2 significant digits because they're non-zeros. 4 and 1, that's 2 significant digits. All right, so what we want you to be able to see is if you divide those two, which we have done by hand, you'd get some very, very, very long decimal. Some very, very long decimal. All right, so what that means is that you don't have to write that final answer, that long decimal as a final answer. Not only that, you don't have to ask your teacher, should my answer be 1.5? Should it be 1.51? Should it be 1.512? You don't have to ask your teacher any of those questions. What you have to know is you've got 2 significant digits here. You've got 2 significant digits here. The final answer will require you to use 2 significant digits. So what you're going to do is observe, you need that digit, that's significant. You need that digit, that's significant. Those are the only 2 digits that you need. You're going to look at this third digit to know what to do with that second digit. If this is 5 or more, you'd increase that, okay? Because it's not 5 or more, you're going to leave that the same. So you're going to have 2 significant digits, 1.5. 1.5 is your final answer. 1.5 is your final answer. All right, so let's look at another problem. All we're doing is just practicing for right now. So, all right, so now you've got 782 divided by 231. 782 divided by 231. Again, each of these digits are non-zeros, so that's 3 significant. Each one of those digits are significant. Here again, you have 3 significant digits, all non-zeros. Any non-zero is always significant. So you got 3 significant digits here, 3 significant digits here, and you get some big long decimal. Don't ask your teacher, don't write all this decimal down as a final answer. And don't ask your teacher, how many digits would you like me to round this to? You don't have to ask your teacher that anymore. You've got 3 significant digits here, 3 significant digits there. You're going to need 3 significant digits in your final answer. You're going to need 3 significant digits in your final answer. So you got 1, 2, 3. You've got 1, 2, 3 significant digits, and now you've got to know what to do with this 4th digit so as to know what to do with this 8. Should you round up or round down? Well, because this is a 5 or more, you're going to push that 3rd significant digit up from an 8 to a 9. Final answer, 3.9. 3.9. We're just going to do problem after problem after problem. All right, so look what you have here. You have 4 significant digits here, and you have 4 significant digits there. Again, any non-zero number, any non-zero is considered significant. There are no zeros here and no zeros here. Each one of these digits in this number, those are significant, and because these are all non-zeros, each one of those numbers are non-significant. All right, so now what you've got 4 significant digits here, 4 significant digits there. Your final answer should be 4 significant digits. I put this in a calculator. I got 0.352109. Don't write down this big long quotient. Don't do that. Round your answer to 4 significant digits. You got 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, so now to know what to do with this one, you're going to look at the 5th digit there. If it's 5 or more, you're going to round this one up. Because this is not a 5 or more, you're going to leave that the same. So you end up with 0.3521, final answer.